It has been quite interesting to actually witness with our own ears in the ad hoc committee with Deputy Minister Cassel Mathale, who is basically telling the people of South Africa, well, go and dump yourself in the deepest ocean. And then once you are there, you can just say hello to the victims of the Titanic type of situation. Because I am telling you, the Deputy Minister of Police is playing mind games. Since he started this morning, I've been trying to figure him out. Like, what exactly am I hearing from this man? I can hear words, but I'm not understanding exactly what he is saying. Even though the evidence leader caught on as well that this man is playing games, that is why he was a little assertive with him. He needed to be, and then to kind of like push him to crack until he answers the questions, of which it was quite successful. And I'm very grateful that the evidence leader was able to read him very, very quickly because Cassel Mathale is playing a political game. He thinks that he is in a political arena. Yes, I understand that the majority of the people in there are parliamentarians. Of course, you must also understand the caliber of parliamentarians that are in there. Cassel Mathale has been a politician for a long while. And some of these people that are in parliament, some of them pretty new in the arena. Some of them are not that smart to pick up exactly what he is saying. That is why now that the members of parliament are asking questions and cross examining him, I thought that there was going to be somebody who would have also picked up that he is intellectually gaslighting them, if there is such. Like I said in my community tab, I'm no psychiatrist and I'm no psychologist, but when I psychoanalyze this, I'm like, this man, he's playing intellectual gaslighting on whomever is listening. That also includes us, the public, yeah, the taxpayer. That, listen, you can say whatever you want to say. Senzo Meyiwa, I'm going to defend him till the hill that he's going to drop off from, figuratively. Of course, I'm not saying this literally. And at first, it was not showing that he is on the side of Senzo Meyiwa. But as I was busy analyzing him, I realized that no, this man, he is actually on Mkhunu's side, and he is here to be Mkhunu's defender or a defense attorney for that matter. Even though the cat is already out of the bag and the milk has been spilled, and all these other idioms that you can put, it's too late. But I think he was also obfuscating on the fact that this man has been earning a salary for the past, let's say, July, August, September, October. So that will be 13, 14, 15, 16 months. He's been earning taxpayers' money absolutely for nothing because he has not been allocated responsibilities and duties as the deputy minister of police. Not just him, but the second deputy minister of police as well. And then where I realized that this man either is tired of acting or he is thinks that he's still in control of intellectually gaslighting South Africans. That is when he speaks about how Senzo Meyiwa has not allocated him duties because he was still familiarizing himself with the department. And I'm thinking, this is exactly why. This is exactly why the Department of Police, the minister, the commissioner of police, and everybody that are responsible for this particular department ought to be police officers, because we cannot waste even 1 hour of anybody trying to familiarize themselves about this department, because crime is ongoing. The wheels of justice is ongoing. And now we're going to have the justice system, criminal justice system to be specific, that is stifled because the minister is still familiarizing himself with the department. And as a result of him familiarizing himself with the department, two deputy ministers are earning salaries for nothing. I think that is why he was obfuscating and realized that actually I am on the same WhatsApp group as Senzo Meyiwa. Might as well we go on this hill and, figuratively, of course, die on it. I am so livid about that. Even though he tries his best to try explain it, the fact of the matter is, the moment that Senzo Mkhunu was familiarizing himself with the going ons of this department, guess what was happening? Crime was continuing to a point where this entire minister, instead of allocating duties to his deputy ministers, he's busy writing letters to disband the PKTT. And he says that it's not valuable to the police department. How about the two deputies? They may be enshrined in the Constitution, but their duties are not enshrined in the Constitution. But what are their duties? So that also means that the minister himself violated the Constitution by not allocating his deputies with duties. And I'm asking myself this other question as well: why two deputies though? And secondly, why didn't the president, appoint from within? Why did he have to go out? And why is it that Cassel Mathale, being the deputy minister of police since 2019, has not been appointed in this position full time? Is it a matter of cabals in the ANC? Because clearly one of the deputy, maybe I think it's come from the GNU, if I'm not correct. I don't know, but really, I refuse to be made a fool of. I refuse to be made a fool of. The first thing that I do when you invite, I'm just gonna give you an what do you call this? I will let you in a little bit about me. When you invite me to something, whether it's a birthday party or a party or whatever, the first time when I get there, I'm very quiet. You might actually think that I'm a snob. No. What I'm doing is I am sussing out the environment. I am sussing out the people that are there. That also includes the vibes, the vibrations. If I feel like this is a negative environment for me, all that I do, I make sure that the person that invited me did see my face to see that I was there, and then I secretly leave because I know I am not safe emotionally, intellectually, possibly even physically. And so I go, I leave. All right. So, same thing. The moment somebody stands before me, whether it's a teacher, a lecturer, or an instructor, a facilitator, the first thing that I do is suss them out as well. And that is exactly what I did with the deputy minister. I sussed him, and I'm like, this man, he's playing intellectual gaslighting on all South African citizens. And unfortunately, because of lack, you know where I'm about to go with this one. But I did see that Glenys Breitenbach, she caught on to that, and that is why herself she's quite assertive with him, and that is why he is stumbling on his words because Breitenbach got him. This intellectual gaslighting came to an end when it came to Breitenbach's questioning, and I like that. I like that. Now, let's go to the Matlanga Commission of Inquiry. And listening to the Matlanga Commission of Inquiry, I could not help but go into the Senzo Meyiwa analyzing trial right now. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, when we had the ballistic expert told us that the report was second what is the second opinion by somebody else, and then I think there was a third opinion as well. But these opinions, guys, were circulating only amongst them in Gauteng. Yeah, the very same laboratory that is now in question in Pretoria. But now, what we are listening to in the Matlanga Commission of Inquiry, that the second opinion can go outside of the province of either three, either Cape Town, Gqeberha, or in Durban. But no, it was just among them. So now I'm asking myself, were those findings valid of the 9 millimeter? Were they valid? I don't think so. This entire trial, guys, is nothing but a fabrication. Nothing but a fabrication. And it's quite interesting as well, as you will see in a video that I'll release a little bit later, of Moses Sibiya standing his ground, so much so, with his memory, by the way, so much so that Baloy has been nothing but sweating. He's wiping his sweats away because he's being frustrated by Moses Sibiya's memory. Moses Sibia's memory has him pinned against the corner, and he's asking the same question that Judge Rata, had it been the defense, he would have said, "But you are laboring on the same question. Move on for progress' sake." That's what he would have said. But no, because it is the state and it's Baloy, he's not gonna ask the question, "Why aren't you moving for sake of progress?" And Muzisibia is sticking to his story about Umkulu. I mean, of course, if you are gonna come to me and then what do you call this? Ask for my pin. What you do with my phone? You could put your own names in there and then come back and say, "Yeah, you will look. You scroll until you found the name Umkulu." When I know very well I don't have Umkulu in my phone, and then you ask for my password, you go into the car and you change somebody's name in there and say Mkulu. And then you make that as an evidence in court. Come on now. This is playing games. This is playing games. But I am very mostly concerned about the ballistic report that was submitted in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, and that 9 millimeter and the bullet head that was found at Kelly Kumalo's home behind a cereal jar, glass jar actually. Kuningi guys, kuningia, and kuningiest. This country, honestly speaking. Anyways, I think I'm going to leave this video right here because I'm still listening to what is happening at the ad hoc committee. Because Mathale is entertaining me in a way that is irritating at the same time. Because now I'm just curious to see who caught on this intellectual gaslighting. And thus far, it is Glennis Breitenbach. I'm sorry to butcher your surname, but yeah, I think she's the one who caught on. Let's see all the others, what happens. And I will see you guys later. But before you leave, don't leave the video without liking. Goodbye.